Put me on the big screen. Get me up on the big screen. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh, I see the unit. Uh-oh. We here to party. Welcome to the Boogeyman's Playground. Let's talk a little. Come on in. I don't bite. Not yet. Yeah. Okay. Hold the fuck up. Hold on. All seriousness. Hold on. 3 motherfuckers right now. 3 people right now. We're going to talk to right now. I want 3 people to understand one thing. Clutch City fan, you listening? Trev Reigns and Christopher Blackshear. You motherfuckers rock. I didn't even go live. I didn't even say a word. And you threw BC over a coffee, man, in those supers. I appreciate the hell out of you guys, man. I didn't even say a word. You see, that's respect. When you gain respect over time, man, you got people like Christopher Blackshear, Trev Reigns, and Clutch City fan who show that respect, man. Throwing BC over a coffee and I don't even say a fucking word yet, bro. Now, Clutch City, you're at work, I believe, man. Clutch City says, BC, I'll be at work when you post this. Have a coffee, brother. You should bring your no, I'm not apologizing videos back. The tube doesn't like that, man. Instant demon. They don't like those, man. I'm a little too 2.0 in that shit. And I ain't talking NXT. But Clutch City fan, I appreciate the shit out of you, bro. And Trev Reigns, 5 spot. I've heard it was an awful show and still no build-up expected. An invasion or a cliffhanger ending. At least the Spider-Man trailer will be better than Raw. Trev Reigns, man, there was nothing for this Survivor Series, but we're going to talk about it. Trust me. Give me a minute. But I appreciate the hell out of you. And Christopher Blackshear, 199. Who's ready for hashtag Survivor Shitties? You see what I got on the board, Christopher. Survivor Series, laugh my ass off. This is a joke. This is something they literally threw together and it's still not even complete. They don't care about it. No time went into it. We're going to discuss it. But Christopher, Trev, Clutch City, before I even said a word, man, that is respect. Because Clutch City knows, Trev Reigns knows, Christopher Blackshear knows that I enter the pit of misery every Monday night for 3 hours for you guys. It ain't for my own enjoyment. We tune in out of habit and hope, but I put myself in the pit of misery for you guys. That's respect, man. And I take fucking notes. I'm taking legit notes as if I'm Corey Matthews in Boy Meets World. Yes, Mr. Feeney, the notes are almost complete. Sean Hunter is distracting me with his fucking chatter behind me. Topanga, who's so damn sexy, she's distracting me. Mr. Feeney, the notes will be in, right? I gotta take fucking notes every Monday like I'm in fucking school again. I've already met the world. This Corey doesn't need to meet the world anymore, but I take these notes for you guys. I watch 3 hours. I enter the pit of misery for you guys. I do the fucking notes. I talk about it for 2 to 3 hours. When it should only take a half an hour, I talk about it for 2 to 3 fucking hours. 2 to 3 fucking hours. As if I'm Pat McAfee on a serious fucking... on Sirius XM. Give BC his own fucking satellite, right? Give BC his own podcast on satellite, man. Give me Sirius. And I can talk pro wrestling non-fucking stop. I do it for you guys, man, so we can be entertained. I should be in fucking La La Land every single Monday. I should be in fucking Snoozy Town, Dreamland, thinking of Sasha Banks in her birthday happy suit, feeding me fucking blueberries. And to the right of me, I got Bianca Belair and her birthday happy shoot, feeding me fucking strawberries. And on my face is Natty's Booyaka Booyakas. Oh yeah, those big fucking bodacious mountains ran right in my face. That's where I should be. I should be in La La Land. But no, I enter the pit of misery. I do these fucking notes. I come on here for 2 to 3 fucking hours. And this shit never gets better. It doesn't get any fucking better. Nobody within that company, they're listening. They're too fucking egotistical to make the changes. They don't want to make sure, they want to make sure that the YouTuber, the podcaster, he doesn't get the ultimate W. They don't understand I don't need a pat on the back. I'm not trying to get any fucking kumbaya speeches. Oh, BC, thank you so much, man. No, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help the fucking product. Nobody wants to pay attention. Nobody wants to listen within those walls until it gets to drastically low measures and there is no fucking company. That's fine. Until that day comes, we're going to keep ripping this shit apart. Clutch City fan, Christopher Blackshear, Trev Rains, thank you for that respect, man. Before I even said a fucking word. You guys are the fucking best. And before I even spit that out, before I even start talking about the show, I see 150 on the ups, man. Didn't even mention that. That is the ultimate respect. You guys are the fucking awesomest, man. The baddest ass motherfuckers imaginable. I appreciate the shit out of every single one of you. Wanted to get that off my chest, man. Wow. How's that for some fucking amplification, unit? Respect is something earned over time, man. The fact that you guys give that to me, fucking best. I honestly appreciate the fuck out of every single one of you. I'm breaking shit as I'm yelling, guys. Hold on. I'm literally breaking shit. I'm piecing things together like fucking Humpty Dumpty. I don't even know. I'm breaking shit. Hopefully you guys can still fucking hear me. I smashed out the fucking mic a little bit there. Knocked it out of fucking place. Anyway, let me get a sip of coffee and we're gonna go over this motherfucker. Salute to everybody up in this bitch, man. There's a couple hundred already, man, on this early Tuesday morning. Appreciate the fuck out of you guys. And you're telling me you can hear me, so that's good. I busted the mic out of place for a second, the actual hookup, so we should be all right now. Awesome, guys. All right. If you don't mind, one said we're going to 200 now, man. Beast status. It ain't BC. I mean, I'm a beast of my own kind. The amp unit is its own beast. Now, you saw the thumbnail. By the way, I'm not a reporter. I can't tell you that the exact fucking report has come out, but I refuse to put a question mark on that statement. Owens has re-signed with WWE. I refuse to put a question mark on that. If I'm proven wrong in the future, I'll fucking man up like I always do, step right in front of this camera, in front of this mic and say, BC was wrong. But last week we said, are they just buttering Owens up when he turned heel in that big segment and he turns against fucking Big E and they end the show that way? And you're like, whoa, if this dude's leaving in a month and a half, they fucking giving him a big angle. But then after last night, man, when he beat Finn Balor, I think the writing is on the wall. If it isn't confirmed yet, all that needs to be done is dotting the I's, crossing the T's. You gotta believe McMahon knows something that we don't. You gotta believe that Owens is on the cusp, if he hasn't already, to signing that contract. I don't think after what we saw last night, AEW is in the cards for Kevin Owens. You don't take Finn Balor, who's supposed to be one of your bright spots in that company, even though he's been booked like a mid-card bum. You don't take him and in 10 minutes you have him defeated by somebody who's out the door in a month. No, you don't pull that shit, man, and McMahon knows that. How the fuck you gonna give this guy all the momentum? And he's gonna have a big matchup with Big E after the Survivor Series. It's gonna be a title match, more than likely. And how the fuck are you gonna now, after that whole thing is done, then say, all right, see you in AEW? You can't do that, man. I'm not saying you book somebody like trash on their way out. You give them respect. But you can't put them in a heavyweight title angle. You can't have them beating your main talent. So you tell me that Kevin Owens isn't in position to re-sign? You think Vince McMahon is giving Owens all of this? And in a month going, all right, check you later, man. Glad we gave you everything on the way out. Nah, brah. That ain't happening, man. BC is calling it right now before the dirt sheets get wind of it. Kevin Owens has re-signed with WWE or is on the cusp. If he hasn't actually signed the name yet, Vince McMahon knows something that we don't know. This isn't the same scenario when Mox was on his way out and they'd put him in a little thing, but it was fucking goofy. It was made to make him look silly. Matt Hardy was a total accident. They tried to make him look like a joke, and Matt Hardy actually gained a little bit of momentum, man. He was in a cool thing. I believe it was with Randy Orton. I think it was with Orton. But it was kind of fun, actually. So then McMahon thought, oh, man, we're going to have Randy Orton destroy him. And then Matt Hardy went over to AEW with some momentum. But this is different, man. This is somebody who's turning heel, gaining traction, taking out your heavyweight champion, beating one of your main carders in Finn Balor, about to have a title match with your champion after the series. Bro, this is different. So either he signed or McMahon has seriously done fallen and bumped his head a couple, 2-3 times. Too many. But KO, man, would he have fit in AEW? No doubt. The problem is they're signing everybody, man. Even recently, my boy, Jay Lethal. What? That's my boy, one of my favorite wrestlers in the world. So as much as I want to say, what the fuck do they do with Jay, man? Because there's so many wrestlers. There's bias in BC at that point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So if you're a big Kevin Owens fan, you're probably like BC with Jay Lethal. I don't give a fuck. Just put him in there and we'll see, man. You know, the good fish, they'll swim, man. The injured fish, they'll sink to the bottom. Owens is still rocking the top of his game. You wouldn't know that from his booking before recently. So, I'm not putting a question mark there. No, I'm not a reporter, and I'm not going to send out fake news like a Melty boy, but I stand firm in my spot and position when I say Owens has either signed already or he's in position to do such. I stand by that. If I am wrong, I have no problem at all going in front of the camera and saying, damn, Owens is headed to AEW, and then we'll talk about it, man. I'll make a whole fucking video about it. But I am not putting a question mark in this thumbnail. After what I just witnessed last night, that's telling me they know a lot more than BC or any of you guys thought previous. Vince McMahon and Kevin Owens are in some type of fucking deal being made. And Owens is getting the world as of late. Just like Queen Zelina Vega, man. And I know that must piss a lot of people off who were just laughing at her when she was just a jobber. Now Queen Zelina is all of a sudden racking up victories. 6 out of her last 7 televised matches. She's collecting W's. She's winning tournaments. She's got a new character. Vince is pushing certain people that we've said for a long time we want him to push. Now, do we get behind it now if done properly, or do we just say it's too late? We'll talk about all that coming up in this very review. Did I even take a sip yet, man? Salute to all you guys, man. As I said at the jump from the start of this vid, man, I went into the pit of misery last night for all of you guys. I did my notes. I did my due diligence. I dissected this show from top to bottom, start to finish, beginning to end. And now there's only one thing left to do, Amp Unit. We're gonna talk about it. Amp style. Big E starts this show. Owens interrupts, says perception is reality. Because of Big E, the perception of him is that he's a bad guy that can't be trusted. He says, but that's okay, because I'll be that bad guy that everybody wants me to be. Kind of like that. That's what we've been waiting for, actually. We've been waiting for you to be that dude who attacked Sami Zayn back in NXT, back in the glory days of NXT. That's the Kevin Owens that we've all wanted. Nobody wanted goody two-shoes, fake Stone Cold Kevin Owens. Let me drop some fucking stunners. Let me be the good guy. Let me be the face, when you're obviously just the perception alone that we've all had from you from day one is you're a heel, because you're naturally a heel. Don't try to be anything you're not. So he says, I'll be that bad guy that everybody wants me to be. Now then Owens walks away. Big E chases after him. The Usos jump Big E. The Usos. Do you remember the brand split, anybody? Does anybody remember the brand split? Okay, now here's my problem, and I have a million, right? Now, you have brand supremacy on the line for Survivor Series. If there's ever a time for people to come over and start beef with the person that they're going to be fighting or wrestling at the pay-per-view, now's the time. Nobody decides to jump over. No Charlotte Flair for Becky Lynch. No Roman Reigns for Big E. Nobody. It's the Usos for the second time in 3 weeks. They're coming over to Raw. What happened to the brand split? If they're coming over, can't anybody show up? This is your brand split. You have Finn Balor traveling on tour with the SmackDown brand last week, and he's a Raw superstar. I believe, yeah, he's actually on Raw's team, actually. So he's on Raw's team for Survivor Series, yet Finn Balor was traveling with SmackDown last week. The Usos are on SmackDown, but they're coming out last night on Raw to make an attack. Nobody gave a fuck to say, hey, Usos, what are you doing here, man? Funny to see you here. Nobody thought that was an eyesore. That's like being an alcoholic, looking for Alcoholics Anonymous, and you absolutely stumble upon fucking the people with the eating disorders, right? Or the eating problems, I should say. The fucking Overeaters Club. Not disorder, just an Overeaters Club. But you're looking for AA. So you stumble into Overeaters, right? You're a skinny little thing. You've just been on an alcoholic binge for 3 fucking weeks. And all the fucking fat dudes are looking at you like, shit, what's up, man? Want a donut? Well, you're going to be an eyesore. You're going to stick out. You shouldn't be here. Doesn't look like you overeat. Like they always say, never trust a chef that isn't fucking big boned, right? And never trust a chef that doesn't have a fucking belly. It'll be an eyesore, man. The Usos show up and nobody fucking bats an eyelid. Nobody talks about brand supremacy, nothing. Or brand split. But if the Usos came over, wouldn't you do something more special for Survivor Series' build? Because wait till you see what they have the rest of the night to build Survivor Series. You're literally going to want to put your dome piece through a fucking brick wall. Wait till you hear what they had in store. This is no joke, man. I didn't just make up notes I didn't just drift off, which I easily could have with this show, and start making up my own notes. No, this is what happened last night. So you got the Usos coming out. And you remember what their excuse was a few weeks ago, right? Fucking, oh, well, Roman told us we could go here. You guys remember that? What the fuck is what? I would say like fucking a Hornswoggle told me I could be here if I'm Charlotte. I never understood, right? If I'm Sami Zayn, I'll just show up and say that the Brooklyn Brawler allowed me to be here. That's what I mean. If there's no actual, like, you have to have some type of an authority, some type of realism in what we're watching. You can't just get through all the doors and all the gates and nobody bats an eyelash. Nothing happens. And you attack, and all of a sudden, you look at everyone else and you're going, well, why didn't anybody else do that? It's like when Rhea Ripley shows up and just says to Asuka, I'm next for the championship when she's been gone for a year. She only had one match to that point. Charlotte a year earlier. Well, nobody's going to believe that. Why wouldn't any other female just say, I want a title match with Asuka? It looks stupid. Usos show up, but nobody else on SmackDown? It looks stupid. I don't care if fucking Roman told you can show up. It doesn't matter. There's a brand split. You can't. You literally can't. Or unless God himself or the person that plays God, Vince McMahon, says so. You either have a brand split or you don't. So anyway, the Usos jump Big E. Matt Riddle makes the save. Matt fucking Riddle. Matt Riddle takes... Okay. So then Sonya Deville... I can go an hour. I'm so perturbed just reading this back. Matt Riddle makes a save. Sonya Deville does her best Teddy Long impression and makes the holla 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 playa impromptu tag match with Big E and Matt Riddle versus the Usos. And that's what we get when we come back from break. So you have Matt Riddle, Big E versus the Usos. Seth Rollins, for some reason, is on commentary. Seth Rollins, he just comes out now. I mean, this is what I mean. It's anarchy. This isn't the good type of chaos. We're like, wow, anything can happen. The wheels are off the fucking vehicle, man. This is fun. No, I mean, the train is off the track, and we're just ready to collide with that brick wall. This is not the good type of chaos. Seth Rollins just shows up on commentary. The match was just a few minutes in length before Rollins ended up interfering and attacked Team Riddle and E, causing a DQ on the Usos. So Riddle and Big E get the W. But not so fast. Randy Orton then hits the ring and hits an RKO. We go to commercial. I hope you guys are keeping track. This actually happened in the first half an hour, 35 minutes of this, man. So Orton then comes out. RKOs, we go to break. When we come back from break, we come back to some insanely ludicrous, immensely stupid booking, where for some reason we now have a six-man schmoz match. Orton, Matt Riddle, Big E versus Seth Rollins and the Usos. Why is Rollins with the fucking Usos? Why is Big E and Matt Riddle having another match? They just won. So because somebody came out to help them after the match, now they are forced into another match? Does any of this matter to anybody? Or are we all supposed to sit back and watch and enjoy it? Sit back and just enjoy it, man. It's entertainment. You don't care that it doesn't make sense? 'Cause I do. Oh, bro. Why? Why is this fucking match happening? What does it do for Survivor Series? Literally, you're spending the first bulk of the show, over 30 minutes when it was all said and done. You're spending nearly 40 minutes when you have a pay-per-view in 6 nights at that point. 5 nights from tonight. 6 nights away. What does this do for the series of survival? What does this do for anybody? This is supposed to get me excited for Big E versus Roman? This is supposed to get me excited for Usos versus RK Bro, watching them already in a match? In a 6-person? Does anybody else have concerns with this? This is the booking we have got this past year. It has been happening for the past 5 years in this company, and it's been a fast trajectory to where we are today, where 2021 was easily the worst booked year for professional wrestling's WWE promotion that Beastie has ever seen in his 30-plus years on the earth. It's just the fucking truth. And it keeps getting more abysmal, and it keeps going further and further into the drizzling shits, into the garbage that is literally lit on fire and left to be disposed for another time. I watched that whole near 40 minutes. I watched 4 different segments, each one getting worse than the one previous, and I couldn't believe what the fuck I was in store for the next 2.5 hours. Oh, and wait till you hear how this whole fucking 40-minute schmaz ended. When it was all said, all 4 segments. A promo leads into a one-on-one or a tag team match, and then that leads into a 6-man. Wait till you hear fucking this shit. Seth Rollins pins and defeats Matt Riddle, which makes 0 sense, by the way, because they were giving Matt Riddle a big push. Wasn't that the whole thing with Matt Riddle? They were giving him a big push. They were giving Matt Riddle a push, and now all of a sudden, right in the middle of a fucking Raw, boop, boop, we're just gonna fucking end it, boop. Don't worry, we'll make you win in a few weeks. You lose next week again, then you'll win next week, and then we'll 50-50 you to fucking WrestleMania, maybe. So get this, man. Rollins pins and defeats Matt Riddle via... Wait till you hear how he pinned him. Seth Rollins pinned Matt Riddle via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating fruit roll-up. That's right. Fucking fruit roll-up. A fruit roll-up to start the fucking show. How is that not just trolling your fucking audience at that point, right? I mean, you know by now, the shtick is up, the gig is up, right? We all know by now that they just depend on the fruit roll-up nonstop. But to start your whole 40-minute first segment with a fucking fruit roll-up, bro? You have got to be shitting me. So you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm not even going to waste any more breath on it. If these are big awards to win back in that locker room, then guess what? Congratulations, Matt Riddle. You are the latest recipient of the Fruit Roll-Up Award. Congratulations, my man. Don't eat it all in one place. Don't get carried away with it. Don't get a big head. Don't get a big ego. Don't start patting yourself on the back. There's more of these to come in WWE, so put this on your shelf. There'll be plenty more. Here it is. Matt Riddle is the newest award winner of the Fruit Roll-Up. Oh, Matt Riddle. Don't let it fruit roll up you, Riddle. It's got a mind of its own. There it is, man. Matt Riddle is the latest recipient of that fucking fruit roll-up. So all of that, the near 40 minutes, let me just wrap this up with a nice pretty little fucking bow and ribbon on top. All of that, guys, was to get us to a fruit roll-up finish by Seth Rollins over Matt Riddle. And that pumps you up, sir, for Survivor Series. Come on, Vince. Come on. Dig deep, Vince. It's the Survivor Series. Come on. Remember when Vince had passion for this product? You guys remember the late 80s into the 90s when Vince would be fucking doing the intros to the pay-per-views? It's a match made in heaven. A match made in hell. It's SummerSlam. Music would be fucking blasting, man. That's when there was passion in this fucking company. And they'd be showing the graphic with fucking match made in heaven, Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth. The match made in hell was fucking Hulk Hogan, maybe fucking Sid Justice versus Sergeant Slaughter and his fucking squad. That's when there was passion in pro wrestling, bro. It shouldn't be that a YouTuber, a podcaster, BC is more amplified, is more passionate than the actual fucking company. I should not be more amped than the company, but I am. I care more. Anyway, we spent a long fucking time on that first segment. It needed to be discussed. Somebody's got to call the bullshit out the right way. It shouldn't be that, oh, it's just BC. His shtick is that he calls out WWE. He just says the negative. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. I'm going to speak soon pretty positively about Queen Zelina Vega, which might piss people off. So trust me, if it's good or I see something that could be, if just done correctly going forward, I'll say it. If it seems like I'm always trashing it, it's because literally if you listen to just the first segment alone, this actually happened over the course of nearly 40 minutes. You know BC's being accurate in my description. How I depicted part by part, dissected every moment of that first 4 segments. You know my words are true, bro. I don't need a fucking shtick on this platform, bro. You think this is all I do? Fuck, this started as a fucking hobby and grew into something awesome because there's great fucking people on board in the amp unit. So this grew into something awesome. I do a million other things in this fucking world, I assure you. I don't need a shtick. That red light goes on. I got the gift to gab. I got a whole lot of knowledge. Wildly entertaining, and we just rock out. I don't need a shtick, bro. I just gotta do my notes and talk about exactly what happened and what it built for, what it built towards. This built toward nothing but a fucking flaming garbage pile of shit. Oh, a fruit roll-up. Bianca Belair then defeats Tamina in just under 4 minutes with a badass KOD, man. I know she's strong, but BC was like, damn. There was a moment where I'm like, she's going to buckle that right knee just a little bit, just a little bit. No, man. Bianca got herself put in place. Bianca took big old Tamina, put her right up on one shoulder, fucking propped up onto that second big old delt. Right on that second big old delt. And she fucking held Tamina up, and I'm like, okay, that's half the equation, motherfucker. Now you gotta somehow, the KOD isn't just lifting her up into like a torture rack Lex Luger. No, you gotta now do the other 50% of the KOD, which means you gotta flip that son of a bitch. You got her up, that's half of it. Now you gotta flip her. And she did it, man. Bianca flipped Tamina, man. Fucking Tamina just flatlined right like a pancake into the canvas. KOD victory for Bianca Belair, man. The strength in this girl is out of this world. It truly is. Now, it's not just about how strong you are muscle-wise, though, and how much you can lift, right? When you're in that ring, it's a different kind of strength that you need. Any wrestler will tell you this. That's why sometimes you see Belair shaking those knees. Sometimes not even somebody with weight like Tamina. Sometimes it's someone a little smaller, but she'll buckle a little bit. It's a different type of strength. And Bianca is starting to get that ring strength now. That's going to be scary when she gets the ring strength to match her overall gym strength. Fuck out of here, brah. You haven't even began to see the best of Bianca Belair yet. You haven't even began. This is the tip of the fuck. This is just the fucking start of an amazing Bianca Belair career. Unless Vince McMahon keeps doing stupid shit like in 26 seconds, having her defeated at SummerSlam to Becky Lynch. You keep doing shit like that, doesn't matter how good you are, the fans will eventually start leaving in droves, man. They will stop getting behind you. So you got to be careful with the booking. But she can easily carry her own weight, literally and figuratively, and then some. So that was fucking cool, man. Post-match, Dewdrop, the drop of dew. She comes down, hits the top of the ramp, and now get this, man. I want you to understand these fucking words that I'm about to speak. She stands at the top of the ramp. She could easily just go into the ring, but okay, you're going to play the heel. You're at the top of the ramp. And she informs Belair that after Survivor Series, literally what she says, I know you're tired. I know you're tired, and you just had a match, and I'm not gonna come down there now. But after Survivor Series, I'm gonna come looking for you. That's what she said. After Survivor, I know you're tired. You just had a match, so I'm not gonna do anything now. After Survivor Series, I'm gonna come looking for you. Could you imagine being face to face with somebody and threatening them that you're gonna look for them next week? Could you imagine having beef with somebody, right? The fucking kid in school owes you fucking $20 from the week previous. So you see him in the cafeteria, right? But you know that he just had a scuffle going into the cafeteria, a little bit of a mini fight. You heard about it. You go up to get your $20. You got him by the collar and you say, I know you just got into a scuffle, but next week, this time, man, I'm going to come looking for you. Keep my $20 till then. And then you walk away. What the fuck does that accomplish? He's right in front of you. Just hit him. Could you imagine how stupid this came across last night on TV? I know a lot of you guys, you don't watch the product. You just tune into BC's reviews. I appreciate that, by the way. Totally appreciate that. So then I have to kind of paint the picture for you guys. This happened. Dewdrop came out and said, I know you just had a match. I know you're tired. I know you got Survivor Series, but after Survivor Series, I'm just threatening you now, 7 days in advance, just so you know, after Survivor Series, I'm going to come looking for you again. What is Bianca supposed to think? Oh no, I'm so scared. Please don't threaten me again. I mean, this just looks so fucking dumb. Bro, you're threatening somebody face to face. Wake up, people. Wake up, man. Wake up. Please, wake up. This is the type of shit that cannot get through, man. This is the type of shit. This is the reason why Vince McMahon needs to be removed. This is the reason Vince McMahon has to be removed, because this is the type of shit that is squeaking by nonstop. It's these little things that are not so little, because there's a lot of us watching who do remember shit. There's a lot of us watching that want things to make sense. I'll give you a for instance. I talk about the Survivor Series build. Now, last night, I'm going to jump a little ahead, but I'll discuss it in further length a little bit later. But Austin Theory was added to the Survivor Series Raw team. Now, just last week, guys, Adam Pearce was saying how he wants only world champions on the team. That's why Dominic got removed, because he wants the best. He wants a world, everybody's a world title champion. That's what he wants. That was basically the gist of his promo last week. Everybody's a world champion but you, buddy. And then this week, he's just like, oh, Austin, come on in. Nobody wants to question it. Like, if you're cutting a promo, that's what I mean. The company, it's not that they just botched it. Oops, a mistake. They didn't even care to go back to what Adam Pearce said last week. They don't even care, because they're hoping that all of us, that we forget. This is the carelessness and the recklessness, the laziness in this company. They don't even care to do their own homework. So then you have a fucking podcast, a YouTuber over here who's got to fucking call this out. I shouldn't have to be calling this out. I shouldn't have to be talking about this. But yet we're talking about all these little holes that are not fucking little. So anyway, I just had to roll my eyes on that, man. I saw the drop of dew threatening Bianca Belair for a week from now when she was right there. It wasn't like she was on the Tron and saying, when I see you, oh, I'm gonna, oh no, please don't. You know what I mean? But the fact that she was right there trying to sound tough, I doubt Bianca Belair literally lost any sleep from that shit. That was actually the end of hour number 1. Let me just make sure I want to touch up on some supers, guys, before I keep going. Hold on, because I got to there were some supers that came in. So before I start hour number 2, let me just go over some supers real quick, man. And again, I already got to Clutch City Fan, Trev Reigns, and Christopher Blackshear. Guys, those 3 were ultra special to me because I didn't even say a word yet. I didn't even go live. And there was already coffee waiting for BC, man. I appreciate the shit out of Clutch City Fan, Trev Reigns, Christopher Blackshear. You guys are the best, man. So those 3 names I want to definitely give extra love over to, man. But also, reality check numero uno 2 spot. What's this about Kevin Owens re-signing? That's just BC's take on it. I'm not going to put a question mark. That's what I'm seeing. So if it's wrong, I'll come in front of this camera and I'll say I was wrong and we'll talk about it. I ain't going to lose any fucking sleep over it. The booking that I'm seeing, this is no longer buttering up Kevin Owens. This is booking that tells me he has either signed or he's going to literally within the next several days. Vince McMahon knows something to have him beat up your champion. Turn heel, first of all, into a big storyline. Beat up your champion. Defeat one of your main roster stars last night in the middle of Raw. And then go into a title match in a few weeks. Or at the next pay-per-view, who the fuck knows? But before Kevin Owens leaves to AEW, for instance, he's going to do all of this. Vince is going to give him the world. Nah, bro. Vince usually makes you do dirty before you go out. Owens is looking stronger now than he has in the past couple of years. So that's the reality check numero uno why I am saying he has signed. It is not confirmed as far as a dirt sheet or any other source. This is just my outcome that I have kind of came to, man. This is my theory. And that's why I stand behind it 110%. There's no question mark. But we'll wait. We'll wait till the dirt sheets actually put the exclamation point on what BC is already telling you. But judging by the booking, Vince McMahon has Kevin Owens wrapped up. Eric Newton, 5-Spot Coffee. What up, Eric Newton? Love the Full Gear pay-per-view. MJF and Darby is a strong match of the year contender for me, along with Omega Danielson. Eric Newton, I hope you caught my Full Gear video. It was almost a live stream. I was kind of a little under the weather at the time, so I had to do a traditional vid. But I hope you caught that, Eric Newton, because my thoughts on Full Gear, you hear me talk about Raw and you listen to me talk about Full Gear, man, and it's night and day. And that's sad. Because there's no reason I shouldn't be talking about WWE in such high regards. But Eric Newton, no lies detected, man. If you didn't catch that, anybody that didn't catch my Full Gear review, go back and check it out, man. We go in depth with Darby and MJF, and we go even more in depth with CM Punk, Eddie Kingston, what Hangman Page winning this son of a bitching title means for the company going forward. We talk about it all, guys. Mitch Bergeron. Haven't seen Mitch in a minute, man. $4.99 coffee. What up, Mitch? ABC, never able to catch these lives, but want to send you a coffee. I'll catch this later. Don't really watch wrestling anymore, but love your reviews. Mitch, you don't know how much that means to me, dude. That's awesome. So Mitch doesn't even watch this shit anymore, and he still stops by to say what's up to BC, man. That's awesome. And by the way, that goes for all of you guys. I know there might be a day where you're just like, I'm done with wrestling. I'm moving on in life. That's awesome. Do me a favor. Every now and again, stop by and say what's up, man. I'll still be doing my thing. I'm here for the long haul. But like Mitch, man, if you do stop, even if you don't watch whole videos of BC, man, just stop by and say what's up, man. It's always good to see an old face. So much love to all you guys. Mitch, I appreciate it. Thomas the Gazelle, 2-Spot. Thomas says, I can't remember anything about WWE Raw last night. Yeah, Thomas, that's the sad part when you do the notes and you got this video to do the next day, this stream. BC has to not just remind all of you of what happened last night, but I got to remind myself. So Thomas the Gazelle, I hear you, bro. Jay, 499. What up, Jay? Good morning, BC. What up, Jay? In the past few years of Survivor Series, there was somewhat of a build, but this year is pathetic. Every year, WWE gets worse. Shake my head. Jay, it's like I said earlier, man. This was the worst year ever in WWE. I mean, financially, Vince is still making bank even in a pandemic. But as far as fan interest, fan loss, viewership, merchandise, I mean, all those other metrics, that pale in comparison, I understand, to network deals, and that's why Vince is making money. But everything else, creatively for sure, this is the worst WWE year in the past 5. And the past 5 have been pretty fucking brutal. So they didn't even put care into it, Jay. Let's not act like they even tried a little bit. They didn't even try a little bit, Jay. That's the fucking problem. And we saw this with the past several pay-per-views. I say this all the time with Extreme Rules that just passed. Extreme Rules hit the airwaves and the card still wasn't completed. I mean, they were in the kickoff and still like flipping shit. Only one match was Extreme Rules, and that was made literally on social media like the week of. No match other than that one match had any stipulation. What was extreme about that pay-per-view? They didn't give a fuck. They just had the name. They were too busy trying to milk money out of networks and streaming services and all that. They didn't care about the product. To this day, they still don't. Survivor Series thrown together with the greatest of ease, but not 1 ounce of creativity or care. This was a fucking blessing to Vince McMahon. Oh, all I got to do is put the champions together. All right, Vince, well, how do you want to build it? Build? We don't need to build shit. We're just going to call it Survivor Series, and we're gonna have it on Sunday the 21st. You don't want to build anything? No. The teams aren't even set. They're building the teams around fucking people being taken off and people, that's the big storyline. People are being taken off the teams and other people replacing them. A mystery guy on one team. So Jay, I can go an hour on that. Bro, you're exactly right. It's lack of care, but it's worse than that now. It's no care. They literally don't even care. Survivor Series, laugh my fucking ass off. Right there. The board cannot say it anymore in bold fucking capital letters because it is laughable. Anyway, that was a long-winded answer. Jay, I appreciate it, Jay. Joey's Adventures, what up, dude? Joey's, I'm unsure about Owens re-signing. They did this to Mox before he left when he turned face and had one last dominant run with the Shield before he left. Totally different, man. They were still making him look like an idiot. Not true, Joey's. Go back and watch. They were making Dean Ambrose to be a fucking idiot, bro. He was still booked like a fucking clown. The reunion was for Roman more than anything. That's how much Vince didn't see anything in Mox, Dean Ambrose. Vince literally thought that Dean Ambrose was expendable to the point where he used him to just thrust over Roman Reigns. That whole Shield reunion, that wasn't for shit for Dean Ambrose. That was for Roman Reigns. Trust me. They wanted that last reunion. They wanted Roman Reigns to get those fucking cheers by any means possible. That's what it was. This is totally different. This is taking somebody without a click. This guy does not have a fucking reunion with any fucking click. This is turning him heel, which is making him even more fucking liked, more of a badass. This is him beating up your world champion. This is him beating Finn Balor last night. This is him getting a title match after Survivor Series. For what? Just to lose that and then he goes to AEW? I'm sure he'll be happy with that fucking booking. But Joey's, you could be right. I think we're out of the buttering up stage. The buttering up was last week Max when he actually turned heel. After beating Finn Balor last night and seeing the trajectory for Owens, I say he signed. But Joey's Adventure, you're right, man. The old man could literally just be... He literally could look at Kevin Owens like he's that expendable. Like this might just be for an opponent for Big E, and then when it's done, say, I'm not giving you this amount of money, and Owens is booted to the curb. Could you imagine not thinking that Dean Ambrose, Mox, and Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen is fucking worth the time of day? Could you imagine looking at Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose, Mox, and thinking they're nothing? You're right, Joey's Adventures, that could be. I'm not putting the question mark in the thumbnail. I'm going to say he signed. That is not with a viable source backing me up on that. I am not a Meltzy boy. I'm not a dirt sheet. So before you run off with that info, no, this is just for the unit to just keep that in the back of your mind. BC said it first if this ends up happening. Trev Reigns, 5-Spot Coffee. What up, Trev? I've heard there were allegations against Jay Lethal that happened 3 years ago. People are canceling him. Shake my head. Cancel culture needs to go. That's like with most wrestlers, man. I don't know the deets on it, and I never wanted to jump into it, man. I hold Jay Lethal in high regards. He's one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet. And if something's proven in a court of law, then I absolutely will look at the deets. Until it is, I have no use anymore jumping into allegations, because then we start looking at people like Enzo, like he's fucking guilty, and what happened. And so many others. I'm sure you guys could compile a list of people that were wrongfully accused. And now I'm supposed to do this to Jay Lethal? Nah, brah. If it's in a court of law, if we want to play that game, and it's proven by a jury and all that shit, then we can dance. Until I see factual information, I'm not resting on any allegations, bro. That's not how I do business. So, no. So, I don't know. I can't add too much to that. Trev Reigns, I can't add too much into that, man, because I refuse to play the allegation game anymore. People are always going to want to cancel anyway, man, right? Cancel, man. Who gives a fuck? Keep doing your thing, man. I love how they tried to cancel Aaron Rodgers, and Rodgers is like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I play football. I'm going to be back on the field Sunday anyway. There's no way you're going to cancel me on the field. You going to fucking laser beam me? Fry me with a magnifying glass? What are you going to do? I'm going to be on the field, bro. Fuck off. I lied. Oh, no, I lied. Fuck out of here. Cancel fucking people. I wish these people would turn around, look in the mirror, and cancel themselves. Do that, man. Do us all a favor. Who do we got here? Trust Your A7. $4.99 coffee. Thank you, Trust Your A7. I think it's funny that fans last night started leaving after the 34th tag team match. There was only 4 or 5 singles matches the whole night. I didn't even think of it like that, Trust Your A7. I don't even have to go into the numbers. I'm guessing, man, that you have the numbers fucking correct. But Trust Your A7, think about that shit, man. That's what I mean about lazy booking. When you just throw a bunch of people into a match, you can't get any more lazy than that. And that's why I don't want to see AEW follow suit. AEW has so many factions, and they're thinking about this Trios Championship, which would add another 6 fucking Trios teams at least. And then you just have a bunch of bodies in there flipping and diving, doing all this shit, not selling like they should be, because there's only so much TV time, and you got 6 bodies in there, and everybody has to work their shit, get their moves in. This is what I mean, man. When you have too many people in there, bro, relax. AEW is the king of factions. AEW right now probably has 12 or 13 of them already. And now we're going to have the House of Black. Here comes another faction. Joey's Adventures, 2-Spot. Uso said, if you're with Roman, you go where you want. Yeah, I discussed that earlier, Joey's Adventures. But Roman isn't an authority figure, though. I mean, I know that the gimmick is. But if you're going to do that, I mean, that has to open up the door. Not the forbidden door, but the raw door. I mean, other people have to show up then. And to build Becky and Charlotte, you have to have Charlotte there last night. You just have to. You want to build Big E versus Roman, let's have some tension. Have Roman show up last night. What the fuck are the Usos doing? That's not going to get anybody excited or interested. It's not going to happen. By the way, hold on. I'll get to that in a second. It went too fast. I missed it. I got to say something else too. But what I was saying, man, you have other people come in. The Usos we already saw with this brand split. You're not going to tell me that Roman said so. Therefore, that's why they're there. And nobody else from SmackDown can get through Raw or vice versa? No, man. This is the one time where if you are going to break down that door and have some brand wars, wouldn't Survivor Series be the time? Now, all of a sudden, you're going to stay loyal to the brand split when Finn Balor was touring with SmackDown last week, and the Usos are just coming right in. Nobody's batting an eyelash. Nobody's blinking twice. Oh, it's the Usos going to get a coffee. They don't belong there. Oh, you didn't hear? Roman owns WWE. Yes, they can be there. So Joey's Adventures, I'm not buying it, man. It looks stupid. The Usos were the only talent in the build to Survivor Series, the entire card. The Usos was the only shtick, the only gimmick. to cross brands. Stop. For what? It was more for the Biggie Roman storyline than the fucking storyline with RK Bro. They came over to Raw just to have a match with RK Bro in a 6-man tag. So now we already saw the match. We're going to see the same thing Sunday. You just minus one person on each team, and there's RK Bro and Usos. I hope this makes sense because it's the fucking truth. Joey's Adventures, thank you. The Unsane Plastered Bastard, 5-spot coffee. What do you think of Solo Sikoa? Fucking the new Bloodline member in NXT. Yeah, a new Oos is who you're talking about. Too soon to have an opinion. He's got a lot of work to go, Unsane the Plastered Bastard. But you know he's Bloodline material. I just saw a commercial on him for NXT, and they're pumping him up, talking about how he's got all the momentum. Will it continue tonight on NXT? And I'm like, oh my God, they're really pumping him up already. Unsane the Plastered Bastard, don't be shocked if this dude winds up in WWE early part of 2022 in some Bloodline storyline. I'll be okay with that if he's ready. Right now, he's not, and he'll be the first to admit that. He still has leaps and bounds to go, man. He's been doing some wrestling before NXT, don't get me wrong, but this is another beast. You watch him in NXT and you can see the kind of holes in the game. I don't want to see him just rushed just because there's a Bloodline storyline, just like I wouldn't want to see The Rock's daughter Simone. Everybody said, let's rush her now. I even thought that a little bit at first, and then I'm like, maybe we should just, I don't know, train her correctly. Because then I started seeing more Nia matches, and I'm like, yeah, you better learn correct everything before you're going to the main roster and other bodies are in your hands. It's not cool, man. So same thing I would say now about Simone. I would say the same thing about our new Oos, man, Sikoa. It's going to be fun. He's got the entertainment aspect. I mean, you watch this kid. He's fucking... He looks like a wild Samoan, doesn't he? Fuck the Usos, man. He looks like the Samoans. And earlier, man... man, I can't find... It went fast. Maybe it was Iron Riaz. Maybe it was, man. But somebody was talking about Dave Chappelle being canceled too. Bro, I'm going to tell you right now, nobody, and I mean nobody, can cancel Dave Chappelle because he's legend status that can't be fucking touched. Dave Chappelle is comedic gold, genius status. If you're going to cancel the motherfucker, it better be for the most justified, biggest of reasons. Dave Chappelle is a fucking legend. You ain't gonna cancel him because people like BC will spend double. So for the fucking sissy Sally that's gonna run away, or the crybaby Kyle that's running away, oh, I don't like this guy. BC will pay double. BC will pay triple. BC will pay 4, 5 times the amount to see Chappelle. So to make sure that that dude gets his money and stays on stage. You ain't canceling Dave Chappelle. Stop that shit. So good call there. If that was Iron Riaz, or whoever that was. If there was any more supers, guys, I'll get to them after the hour number 2 review, but I want to move on to hour number 2 now, man. And we're going to start with Becky Lynch, middle of the ring, talking that shit on Charlie Flair. Of course, Charlie's not there. Nobody can cross brands, supposedly, but the Usos, because they have Roman's blessing. Liv Morgan hits the ring. Becky plays a video from 4 months ago of Morgan saying that Becky told her before she left with her pregnancy that Becky told her one day she, Liv Morgan, is going to be champion. We cut back to the ring present time, and Beck says, "It's not my fault you underperformed. Don't blame the man. The man wasn't here the whole time. You were nothing, and the man wasn't here. Don't blame the man." I love this, man. A lot of people are shitting on this because they don't like the way that Becky Lynch is speaking as a heel, or I don't know what the fuck you want. She was more cringe as a face, I feel. She's dropping facts here. She wasn't even around, and they were booking Liv Morgan like an absolute stooge, an idiot. And then she says she wasn't around, so you can't even blame her, because some people say the man is holding people back, but when she wasn't there, nobody was really getting a handshake either. And I love that, man. It's the same analogy you could say about John Cena, because John Cena actually held people down. People wanted to put Becky Lynch into the John Cena category. If you know your shit and you talk to people in that company like BC did during that time, People in that company told BC, you'd be shocked at how many people John Cena actually held down. It's not just the names that we know about, like the Alex Rileys and such. I've had people tell me, bro, roll their eyes going, you have no idea. And to their testament, man, they never really broke word on it. So it's not like they threw John Cena under the bus. But bro, they confirmed Cena held everybody fucking back when he didn't want to do a job or he felt something was wrong. You thought Roman Reigns has pull? Cena had that fucking pull. They called it the golden shovel back in the day. And this dude went into business for himself. And went 3 times at least that I can count, John Cena should have turned heel for the business. For the business, John Cena had to turn heel. There was 3 times where it was perfectly placed and was going to help superstars. It was going to help us get larger than life superstars. It was going to promote storylines, help the pay-per-view, help the company as a whole, and help the fans get interested. And all 3 times, damn it, all 3, John Cena said, no, I refuse to turn heel. Legit. John Cena went into business for himself. Honor, loyalty, respect. Dude, you're not bigger than the business though, man. Even dudes like Hulk Hogan have to turn heel when the time comes. Stone Cold turned heel. The Rock turned heel. Roman Reigns even had to turn heel, bro. John Cena refused. And for the better part of 10 fucking years, people went to the slaughterhouse. People got fucking derailed. People got fucking that golden shovel placed right on them. And when that fucking dirt was on them, fucking slapped that golden shovel on top of the dirt. John Cena fucking wrecked individuals. And you can be a Cena fan, man. I'm not even throwing shade, man. But I love John Cena. That's great. That's not even shade. It's really not. It's calling facts, facts. Facts are just truthful words. Facts are the truth. The truth is John Cena went into business for himself. John Cena did all the right moves to help himself, and so many people in the process got derailed. And that's why for the better part of 10 years, you saw no larger-than-life superstars. You couldn't even create them. How can you do it when one guy is clogging the middle? He gets cheered. He gets booed. He's the most loved. He's the most fucking hated. Which is it? You got to go one way or the other. No, he played the middle. And he clogged both lanes. You could never really have, not even CM Punk, who could have been one of your best shots. Punk could have been one of your best shots. It wasn't just McMahon that derailed CM Punk. John Cena, and I know, man, they can be buddies now, right? And they got mutual respect because they put on some bangers together. But if we want to call it down the middle, if you guys remember the stories that were being told, John Cena clogged both lanes. He played the heel, the face, the boo, the cheer. Nobody could get packed. It was like a clogged artery. The company can't breathe properly with a clogged artery. Cena was clogging both fucking lanes. Three times we should have saw dastardly Cena, man. Give him a fucking Triple H sledgehammer, start fucking going to town. Flip off the fucking crowd, do what you gotta do, man. It'll be epic. Look at Roman Reigns when he turned fucking heel. 90 million times more epic than 5 years of forcing us to believe he's this top face. When he turned heel, that's when we get to see the best side of him. The Rock, smiley Rocky Maivia was getting die Rocky die chants. You know what he got fucking when he turned The Rock? Star supremacy. We got to see The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, for who he really is, man. A character who can play such. Who can be another level if you give him the chance. You won't know until you actually turn heel. So we got the best Roman Reigns when he turned heel. We got the best Rock when he turned heel. We got the best Stone Cold. My best version of Stone Cold was the what? 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 You guys remember what? We still get what's to this day. The best version of Stone Cold for me wasn't just the Corvette Stone Cold when he was injured and he had to come out and do a different thing every week. Sure, that shit was fun, the beer truck. But when he was doing that paranoid gimmick, bro, he was having the most fun in his life. Everything, he was paranoid. What? What? You not trust me? What? What did you say? Look at me in my eyes, you dumb son of a bitch. What? One match is being booked. Why are you booking this for WrestleMania, you dumb son of a bitch? What? Why is this happening to me? Why is it happening to me? How? What? Everything was what? He was paranoid as fuck, bro. And because of the paranoia, oh, man, the people he was associating with and the WCW and all them, man, and everybody was on edge because he was a ticking time bomb because he was so paranoid. Because Stone Cold didn't go into business just for himself. He said, hey, it's going to help if I turn heel. Let me turn heel because I love playing heel anyway. So I want to do this. And in the process, man, The Rock and all of them, let's just fucking catapult everybody. And that's why business boomed, even after that fucking initial Attitude Era. Into fucking ruthless aggression, I think they called it. Right before Cena started getting his fucking groove, and then after ruthless aggression, this is what you started to see. You guys know I'm right. It's not even meant to be shade, man. After ruthless aggression, you started to see the downward trajectory. John Cena was the start of it. Roman Reigns continued it for 5 years, and then luckily, thankfully, we all got blessed last year when Roman turned heel and stopped the fucking bullshit. Now, we just got to start building fucking faces. Now we just need that bare minimum to get us jump-started. Woo, that was a side rant, man. But that was all off of fucking Becky Lynch saying that you can't put me in like a John Cena category. I wasn't even around and people like Liv were getting fucking whooped. Looking like jobbers. Don't blame me. She looked at Liv and said in her eyes, don't blame me. It's not Bex's fault that you underperformed. So Liv looks right at Bex and says, big time Bex is just a big time bitch. Love that, man. Even though bitch always gets a pop from the crowd, not always from BC. That one actually did, the way that Liv delivered that bitch line, man. I do like that. We had a little altercation that ensued, and then Bex runs off. Now, here's the problem that I have with this. You knew there was going to be an issue that I had, and here it is. It's so out of place. Survivor Series is next, right? Literally 5 days from now. Morgan does not fit into this equation. It's Becky versus Charlotte. Bex versus Charlie. Liv is not in this equation. So that's the problem in all this. It's like hopscotch. It's like we're playing a game of hopscotch with WWE programming. We're all jumping over Survivor Series already. We're planning on fucking Kevin Owens and Big E. But wait, what about Roman Reigns and Big E? You haven't even built that. Not just properly, you haven't built it, period. And now you want us to already think Kevin Owens, Big E. You already want us to think Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. We haven't even gotten to Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair. You haven't even began to build Charlotte and Becky. And you're placing Liv Morgan in this. And you could go down the fucking... The whole thing, you can go down the whole Raw card, and they're jumping over Monday Night Raw. So, if your goal, which it should be on a go-home show, is to get people excited, that final push, first get people who aren't going to buy it to actually think, hey, maybe I should buy it. And on top of that, the people that are going to get it anyway, are going to watch it, get them at least a little bit excited, right? Does nothing for it. Liv Morgan is helping to tell this storyline between Charlotte and Becky. The Usos are used to tell the story between Big E and Roman Reigns. Dewdrop is the main thing for Bianca, and she's in this 5-on-5. But it's Dewdrop that's going to fucking be the chess piece. That's going to make us care. I mean, at what point, man? At what point is anybody going to call it out and say, hey, this pay-per-view's build fell on its face from day one because nobody cared. And now we're just playing a game of hopscotch. We're jumping over Survivor Series. This is how much Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck. Nah, man. I don't want to play a game of hopscotch. I want you to build correctly to a fucking pay-per-view. Build correctly. That's all I'm asking for. And let us be fucking into something on that Sunday night of the pay-per-view. Let us be invested into it. Now we don't even have the chance to get excited for it, man. Think of that shit. We don't even have a chance to get excited for these pay-per-views anymore. And by the way, you guys realized last night they were piping in more fucking sound noise, crowd effects, crowd fucking boos and cheers. Go back and watch. If you know how to decipher real and fake noise, they're adding more fucking cheers than ever before lately. I can't. You let the natural reaction take effect. If something's not working, then take your fucking beating. Take the loss, take the L, get better. Understand why people are not cheering. But don't give us a fake crowd noise because now you figured, when you had the Thunderdome, you figured a new way to do business. We don't need the fans. We just need them to fucking just show up and be there. We don't give a shit if they cheer or not. We're going to put words into your mouth. We're going to do our own chants. We're going to make you louder. So they added more crowd effects last night too, man. I hadn't seen it to that level in a few months. They were back last night. Street Profits versus Alpha Academy was next. This was an 11-minute match and not bad at all. Great to see Otis get some damn time to perform. There's a crazy concept. Otis gets to perform and we get to watch him for more than 2 minutes. We got to see that in this, man. The finish on Montez Ford, pin and defeat Gable via a crossbody reversal roll-up. Now, at least this isn't like the traditional roll-up. I never minded the crossbody because at least it's a powerhouse, impactful move. Guys jumping from the top rope, crossbody, so much momentum, you flip over. But, I mean, it is still a roll-up per se, but I don't put it in the same category at least. I don't get that heated with the crossbody reversal. And that's what happened here, man. There was so much momentum that Montez had. Gable had. That Montez just fucking went right over him, scooped him up. Gable couldn't get out of it. So, I mean, if you guys want to put that into a roll-up category, I totally see it. I mean, I do call it a crossbody reversal roll-up. But in all honesty, at least it's from a move. Do something, man. I was amazed that Otis got airtime, and I just knew he was going to lose. But this was a no-win situation for somebody, right? You don't want Street Profits to lose again, but you also don't want Alpha Academy to lose again, so they shouldn't have been in the ring together. This is a match that should have easily been kept for a pay-per-view if you took the time to build it correctly. But again, they don't build anything. Not even just correctly, they just don't build anymore. They stopped building. So we should have got Street Profits Alpha Academy on a pay-per-view. We didn't. Because Vince McMahon wants to rush it. And don't worry, you'll get it at a pay-per-view, trust me, in the future. That's after we've already seen this match 19 times. And then we're supposed to get excited about it. We're supposed to all be like, wow, we're getting Street Profits and Alpha Academy. This is fucking amazing, brah. Nicole Ash versus Queen Vega, Queen Zelina. This was a 3-minute match. Queen Zelina defeats Nicole Ash via the code RED. No fruit roll-up. They're letting fucking Zelina go out there and actually win with her fucking move. Thank you. Finishers, that's all we're asking for. Make these superstars look like such. Dominant. Zelina with that fucking code RED. And there was no way that Nicole Ash was getting defeated. There's one of your fucking tag champions. I hate that, by the way. But for Zelina, I mean, bro, Vega is on a winning streak. Vega's winning a bunch of matches, right? She's 6 out of her last 7 matches. Zelina has won 6 out of her last 7. Now, I know a lot of people are probably upset by that. The people that said she sold out and when she got back to WWE and she was a jobber and everyone laughed at her and then said this is criminal. She should be booked better than that. But she has nobody to blame but herself. And now all of a sudden, she's no longer a jobber. She's getting booked pretty damn fucking good. 6 out of her last 7 matches. Zelina, 6 out of her last 7. She wins the fucking tournament, the Queen's tournament. Now, I'm not saying that tournament was anything special, but to have somebody win it all, I mean, yeah, that's some momentum. That's a little bit of a push, I'd say. And then on top of that, she beats one of your fucking tag team champions last night. I mean, 6 out of her last 7. Zelina, she's fucking, she's doing that thing, man. And for anybody that shit on her when she was jobbing out and felt that was not right, well, then how can you not be happy for her now? Or are you still pissed off? I mean, maybe they feel stupid now. You know, oh, man, we fucking laughed at her and we called her all these names, and now all of a sudden she's riding one of the highest momentum waves in the company. Maybe these people feel dumb. But her career choice isn't looking that bad now, is it, man? She got the big payday, yeah. And then on top of that, she's a fucking queen, new character change. She's winning all these matches. She's on a fucking momentum swing. Not fucking bad. I mean, for anybody that's, I got people going, she's still a jobber in the chat. Well, no, she's not. You're wrong. It's just false. 6 of 7 matches says she's no longer a jobber. I'm here doing facts, man. I mean, you could be upset with her all you want. It's not going to change a damn thing from the facts, and that's what we discuss. You're upset that she didn't maybe go to AEW. You're upset that she's not still a jobber. You're upset that she won the tournament. You're upset that she's now the queen, and she's got an ego now. You want her to just be the jobber so you have something more to complain about. I get it. You should love this push. No, those are the people that just want to be miserable. Those are the people that will claim they want something good for somebody, and when it starts to happen, it still sucks. She's still stupid. Still sellout. Well, bro, which is it, man? Which is it? Come on, stop. She's a 30-year-old female who made the best decision for her career. You only gotta fucking personally attack her and call her fucking names and sell out and all that shit. And if you truly wanted better booking for her, don't you think this is at least a fucking start, bro? Don't you think this is a fucking start? Stop being fickle. Be happy for somebody. I would like to think if Asuka won 6 out of her last 7 and won a big tournament and all that, we would be happy for Asuka. But no, something tells me there'd be other fucking people going, nah, too late. Asuka's buried. Bro, let this be let's see, man. Let's see if something can be resurrected. I don't want to just throw towels in on these motherfuckers. Sometimes I understand we have to, but Asuka's too talented. Zelina, we've known from day one. We've wanted more for her. I mean... Oh, man. I'm so done with the fucking bashing Zelina. It's done. Knock it off. Fucking pathetic. From day one, it was pathetic, man. There's no unionization in any company. Relax. Even if she went to AEW, she'd be a sellout. She wants to unionize. She's going to a company that isn't. Stop. Cut the shit. And then after that, man, check this out. You ready for this? So they had another match. They had another match with Rhea Ripley and Carmella. Carmella and Rhea Ripley. So they just kind of swapped out the fucking tag team champions. And this match was approximately 5 minutes. So a little bit longer than Ash and Queen. 5 minutes. Rhea wins this thing with the Riptide over Carmella. Here's the thing, man. That's absolutely the right call. No shade to Carmella. This is the right call, man, because she's a champion. Come on, it's the same thing that even though I'm happy for Zelina, like, fuck, man. You don't necessarily want to see a champion like Ash just losing in 3 minutes. Same thing with Rhea Ripley. No matter how we care about it, you don't want to see you want to put even if you don't like Rhea at all, like you don't want to see the championship, that strap, that belt, that title lose prestige by the week, by the show, which it already has. So you don't want to see that get beaten so simplistically. So I love the fact that we have a champion winning last night. That doesn't always happen in WWE. So that was the right call to have Rhea do that. And on the flip side, guys, I'm proud as hell of Mella. I really am. Carmella, I'm going to say this right now, and I don't care if I get fucking heat for I don't give a fuck, bro. The cat's out of the bag. Everybody knows I know what I'm talking about when it comes to pro wrestling, so I don't care if people disagree with me. Hey, BC, I disagree, man. When it comes to Carmella, she can wrestle, bro. She can wrestle. I'm not saying we need to see her in a 20-minute fucking classic with Sasha. Or fucking 17 minutes with Serena Deeb. But she can wrestle, man. She's somebody that if you say, I need 10 minutes out of you for X, Y, and Z purposes, she can go out there and wrestle, bro. Carmella has leaps and bounds improved. So I do want to give a shout out to somebody that I know the majority of us just kind of bash, throw to the wayside, roll our eyes when she's out there, especially because of the booking. But, bro, she can wrestle. She just can. What I am seeing out of her as of late, and by as of late, I mean the past several months, man, she's just into her shit. She's gotten so much better. And I now, if I was booking, I now know that I can trust Carmella. Whether you want to see it or not, I understand. That's a different conversation. I now know that I can trust Carmella in a 10, even 12, 13-minute match. Maybe more so after, but by then, it might start going a little bit off the rails, man. People think it's easy just to have a wrestling match for 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's actually not, man. And I'm not just talking about getting the wind taken out of you or fucking out of breath or just winded up front or just you start mentally just going off the rails. It's hard to put on wrestling matches. That's why when I see a 15-minute match plus, I know how much goes into that, man. And up first, I got to send props to whoever's in it. Then I start dissecting it, and then I can be negative. But first, I got to get props, man, because it's not easy. I now can trust Carmella in 10-plus minute matches and not blink an eyelash, man. Not blink at all. Somebody got injured. Carmella, get out there. I need you for 11 and a half minutes. Go. And I know she'll be good. So that might not be a popular opinion. I understand, man. I'm not necessarily here to give off popular opinions, right? I'm here just to call it exactly like I see it, man. I like to think that fucking, so many people tune in because they know, like, wait, you got a point, man. Like, you look at Carmella 2 years ago, you look at Carmella now, what the fuck? I love that, man. I was hoping to see that type of improvement in like somebody like Dana Brooke by now. And I just haven't. She has her gusto moments. I think she can hold her own for 5. To have a Dana Brooke 10-minute match, man, I would have to blink on that. And that's not shade. You guys know I like Dana. I really do, bro. But it's not about who I like and dislike on this channel. I have to tell the truth. I don't know if I could trust Dana with a 10-minute match to actually entertain and really captivate. But I was hoping that for Dana by now. But it just didn't happen. But Carmella, man, even in her loss last night, that was the right call. Champion had the win. But I wanted to give that shout out to Carmella. And then after the match, guys, Queen Zelina gets on the mic and talks shit to Ash and Ripley. So even after her win earlier, Zelina still gets even more screen time. She gets to cut a promo on Ash and Ripley. So a lot of screen time. I mean, her match was only a few minutes. Promo was only a minute. But when you look at the overall, the 2 matches and what they're giving Zelina, I mean, leaps and bounds better than when she came back, right? I mean, you can at least admit that. I mean, Zelina's booking is leaps and bounds better than what it was. It's clear that Vince McMahon is finally high on Zelina Vega. It took this fucking long for this old bastard in Stamford, Connecticut to finally look at her like a talented individual. It took this fucking long to do such. Beggars can't be choosers. We got here, man. But I thought it was cool to, even after both of those matches, Zelina gets on the fucking mic and starts talking shit. And I'm like, damn, they're actually investing into Zelina Vega. How cool is this, man? Like, this is what we all wanted when she came back. Those that weren't just so pissed off that she didn't go to AEW, right? We wanted her to be booked proper. Man, she's getting fucking promo time. She's winning 6 out of her last 7 matches. This is the Zelina Vega we wanted to see. How long does it last? Time will tell. Vince McMahon is pretty fickle himself. But for now, the best way I can put it, be happy for the girl, bro. I'll end it with that. Be happy for the girl, bro. Because I'm happy for the girl, brah. And that ended hour number 2. Zelina Vega finally getting some fucking shine. Before I get to hour number 3, which was a fucking doozy, wasn't it? You guys know what I'm about to go over on that, man. Let me go over my hour 2 supers. Gotta see where I left off. Hold on, guys. I think I left off on the Insane the Plastered Bastard. I got to that one. So now it's Enforcer 2K9 with that 2 spot. What up, Enforcer 2K9? Good to see you up in here, dude. Nowadays, I'm only going to watch you, not the shows. Enforcer, salute, bro. Appreciate that, man. I'll probably be more entertaining, man. That's not a pat on the back. That's unfortunately fact. But I appreciate that, Enforcer, for making me your one-stop choice, man. I know there's a lot of options in this community, man. Thank you for choosing BC. You're the best, dude. Enforcer 2K9. Kong Unleashed 4.99 coffee. Kong Unleashed, no words needed. Kong Unleashed, just showing that love and support. So to Kong Unleashed, I'm sending it right back, dude. Thank you. Javi Woo 31. What up, Javi Woo 31? 5 spot ABC. What up, Javi Woo? Love Liv, but we are supposed to believe she's so tough to beat the Man, even though Becky is not that great in the ring. Terrible booking. Take your picks, Javi Woo. Take your picks, bro. This is just one of many things you could easily call out in the first 2 hours of the show. But yeah, man, Liv is up next now after Becky has just taken out Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, and so many others. And now all of a sudden, but it's like I just said about Zelina, Javi Woo. Happy for Liv. I just don't want to play hopscotch. We should be building to Survivor Series before we start building a feud after Survivor Series. And that's what they're doing with Bex and Liv. So Javi Woo, that's my first problem with it. On top of that, the believability factor, as you are putting into question, is highlighted by BC. So way more than no lies detected, bro. No question. That is a concern that is highlighted by me, man. The believability, the realism. But that's the company's MO, Javi Woo. You could say that about every fucking feud, basically. Jacqueline Robinson, 10 spot. Couple of coffees. I'm glad you're better. Oh, yeah, man. I had some sinus shit, man. Maybe not 100% right now, but yeah, we rocking again, Jacqueline. Better enough to be able to do playback if needed, which is why I couldn't go live for the full year review. So Jacqueline says, I'm glad you're better. I haven't heard right for weeks, but I'm glad you have WWE shows. Oh, but I'm glad when you have WWE shows. But I agree, Owens sign going of Matt, Bray, Keith, Cross before they went. So I think what Jacqueline's trying to say, I think Jacqueline can't, the hearing is screwing up Jacqueline's wording a little bit. I think what Jacqueline is saying is Owens' signing is questionable, maybe. I don't know. I can't decipher that, Jacqueline. But I'm just glad that you're up in this bitch, and I'm thankful for the coffee. Sorry, Jacqueline. I can't decipher that. But Jacqueline is up with another 5 spot. Jacqueline says, we appreciate the videos and live stream you provided, even when you were down and out, basically. When I was under the weather with the sinus infection. Jacqueline Robinson is showing some love and appreciation. So, Jacqueline, right back to you. Much love and respect. As always, Jacqueline Robinson has been here for a long time in the unit. So, extra special love and support right back. Pimpe Zeus is up in here. Typical WWE nonsense as usual. Pimpe Zeus. Pimpe Zeus. I wish I could come out here in one of these reviews for this company. And it could just be a good review, you know? Something where it'd be like, we're like smiling from the top of it. We're talking about something extraordinary that happened on the show. We're all excited for what it means in the future. Pimpe Zeus. I wish I could do that, bro. But as you stated, it's typical WWE nonsense as usual. One day, maybe it will be rectified, Pimpe Zeus. Thank you, dude. Blitzball Champ is up in here, man. I got some fucking tried and trues I don't get to see on the daily with these streams. Blitzball Champ is up in here with that 10 spot. Couple of coffees. Sarai is back in Japan. She posted on her Twitter of her frustrations after her 3rd loss in a row on NXT. Last person that did that via an interview was Ember Moon. Could Sarai be next out of the E? Well, if she's back in Japan, is she already out? I didn't even hear that story, Blitzball. So Blitzball Champ, that's the first I'm actually hearing about that. So if she's that pissed off, you brought up Ember Moon. I'm thinking about Kairi Sane for Sarai. And if it's like a Kairi Sane where she just said, I've had enough, I would like to go back to Japan now. I don't want to stay here. She knew her booking was not to where it should be. And Kairi Sane had the know-withal, the wherewithal to get out, man. And her significant other, she wanted to get the marriage, and they were just better in Japan anyway. But she had nothing here with Vince McMahon. So unfortunately, we lost Kairi Sane. And yeah, you brought up Ember Moon. You could put that in the same boat. And if that's the same thing with Sarai, then guess what? We have a fucking trend, right? If it's one time, okay, mistake, whatever, you know. 2 times, oh, fuck, man. Like, bro, 2 mistakes. What are the chances? Lightning strike it twice. All right, I'll give you that fucking, I guess I'll give you the 3rd chance. 3 times, that's a fucking trend, bro. And for Vince, let's be honest, we could do a million fucking, there's a million circumstances and situations where this same situation has arisen. But yeah, this is the first I'm hearing about it, Blitzball. So I will have to do more research on that. Danny Green, oh, hold on, man. Almost at 300 on the ups. I just noticed that now, guys. I want to halt the supers until we hit 300 because that's always fun to see. I got a little bit of OCD and I like that round number. So in the next 60 seconds, we're going to smash that fucking 300 mark, which I think will be fun as hell. And then we'll be on our way to 400 on the up. So I do want to thank everybody that took a moment to smash that up, man. Part of the first 300 to do such. And to those that are now part of the next 400th on the ups, man. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for taking a moment to smash that up. Danny Green, 449. Can somebody make sense of Raw for me, please? Start of Raw was a joke and didn't get better. There's no explaining it, Danny Green. I can review it. I can try to break it down and dissect it better than anybody in this community, which I do, but there's no explaining it. You can't explain this level of stupidity, Danny Green. That's the problem. So the short answer to your question, no. Your best bet not to watch, just listen to BC and try to comprehend anything that I'm fucking saying, because even that's hard to do. Vince doesn't let us comprehend any of this shit. But Danny Green, it didn't get... The start of it is when you really need to captivate. That whole first 40 minutes left us all mind-boggled, not in the right way. So Danny Green, the short answer is no, and you just got my long answer as well. How's that? Let me get a sip of coffee first before I keep going. There's some more supers, guys. You guys are on a roll, so I'm going to keep fucking gabbing, man. Ooh, Enforcer 2K, another 5-spot coffee. Enforcer 2K9. Question, when was the last time we had a really big moment in WWE? One that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Undertaker losing streak? Question mark, possibly. Undertaker losing streak. I think that was the same night that Daniel Bryan won the championship. So that was like, WrestleMania 30 was one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. I think that was the WrestleMania that started with The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and Steve Austin all in the same ring at the same time to start the show. I think The Undertaker lost his streak that same show. And I think Daniel Bryan won the fucking championship in that same show. I think he beat Triple H first, and then he beat fucking somebody else. I don't know. Or no, Triple H was... No, he beat Triple H. And then was it a triple threat with Orton and Batista, maybe? I don't fucking know, but I know there was a lot of moments in that WrestleMania 30. And then after that, bro, I don't know. I can't recall. Enforcer 2K9, there maybe was a big moment after that. But the sad part is I can't recall it. So that's telling, isn't it? That's pretty fucking telling that I cannot recall a big moment. And I'm really trying to think right now for you. I'm trying to think. I can't think of a big moment after... In the last 5 years. Let's just say in the last 5 years. Let's narrow it down. The last 5 years, what was a big moment that stopped the WWE fucking universe in its tracks? Chat, do you have a big moment in the last 5 years that you can think of that made everybody go, whoa, I gotta tune in? Because I don't. Enforcer 2K9, good question, man. And it just exposes WWE even more for how lousy they've been. Enforcer 2K9, all seriousness, thank you, man. I appreciate the coffees. Just like Jack Burton with that $4.99. Jack, if you're still up in here, salute, man. Jack Burton makes me so sad, BC. I grew up on WWF. My love of wrestling began because of WWF. Now I cannot watch it at all. I only watch BC for my WWE news. I appreciate that, Jack. I appreciate the words. I thank you for allowing me to be your #1 stop for everything wrestling. I hope I'm entertaining you better than they are. And it's sad that I am more important to you guys than the actual shows. But I also appreciate that. So Jack Burton, much love, dude. And appreciation right back to you. Jack Burton. Ashley Steggles. What up, Ashley? $8.99. Austin Theory was a world champion, ? Did I miss his reign or something? Because I thought Raw's men's Survivor Series team was all world champions, not 4 former champions and a new guy on the block. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. It's a new kid on the block. No? Nobody remembers the 80s? Anyway, I agree, Ashley. I spoke on this earlier. It's good to know that somebody else fucking remembered that. It's not just BZ, man. Last week, Pierce was just saying, I got to take Dominic out because you're not a world champion. I want a team of world champions, basically is what Pierce said. And then a week later, he's just like, oh, Austin, come on in, man. They don't even care about what they said 7 days ago. They don't even go back to check, I bet, because they don't care. Exactly, Ashley Steggles. Thank you for fucking not being the only fucking one to remember that. Just 7 days ago. But no, Vince wants us all to be fucking goldfish, circling our fucking fish tank, waiting for more bullshit fucking feeding time. So somebody can sprinkle some more bullshit into our tank. And we'll just do our circles while our fucking fish head bonks into the fucking glass bowl. That's how Vince sees us. Ashley Steggles. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Enforcer 2K9 with another 5-spot call. Yo, Enforcer 2K9. Thanks, man. VIP status. He wasn't even done either. He's got a 2-spot coming up. But Enforcer 2K9 says, the man holding people back. They should literally run with that as her gimmick. I agree, Enforcer. Right? She used it in the promo last night. Like, even while she was gone, she was blamed for holding people down. If I'm a heel right now, bro, I'm going to use all of that in my arsenal. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to play what happened with John Cena in real life backstage in the Golden Shovel. I'm going to play that on screen. If they don't like me as a face, they don't like me as a heel, they don't like me at all, I'm going to fucking make them hate me. I love that, Enforcer 2K9. I love that idea. Get that over to Bex. Enforcer 2K9 also has a 2-spot saying Stone Cold and DMX should have had a what contest? X gonna give it to you. Oh, Enforcer 2K9, man. Stone Cold and DMX, bro, I'm just putting the remote down. I'm kicking the feet up. I'm having 3 coffees, and you just let them rock. Bottom line, man. Oh, that's great. That's great, man. DMX and Stone Cold. By the way, man, salute to DMX. Much love, DMX. Man, I miss that dude. That was a part of our childhood, too. A lot of us, anyway, man. Trev Reigns, 5-spot coffee. I spoke with a fan that paid for Survivor Series on socials. I quote, I regret paying. There's no build. I said, I don't blame you. Hope you get refunds. I'm sure a lot of people either pre-ordered or have the streaming service, Trev Reigns, and they're like, well, what am I paying for? Like, this is worse than a fucking SmackDown. A SmackDown show will probably be better than Survivor Series. That's not saying a whole lot while saying a lot at the same time. Think about that. But yeah, so why would you pay even $10 for this shit on the streaming service? So Trev Reigns, first of all, much love and respect. Thank you. But I absolutely don't blame whoever said that, man. They probably aren't going to get a refund, but I don't blame them for fucking being pissed off. So Trev Reigns, that ended the 2nd hour supers. Now, if there's more supers, I will get to them in the end of the 3rd hour. So don't worry. We're going to go over the 3rd hour, and then we'll put off more, man. Some more supers, if there are any. Kevin Owens starts the 3rd hour by defeating Finn Balor in 13 minutes via the stunner. Damn! A random Raw loss for Balor. That's very telling right there. Sounds to me like Owens has indeed signed a new contract with Vince McMahon's WWE. Now, we're awaiting word, official word, whether that comes in the next few days or a week from now. We're going to await word for reputable sources to come out and deliver it to the dirt sheets. But I stand firmly in my position. I feel, judging at this type of booking from the past 2 weeks and what it's leading to, that title match, I think Kevin Owens has signed with Vince McMahon. He will not be going to AEW. If I'm wrong, I'll gladly step in front of this camera and we'll talk about it. And it'll be a fucking badass discussion, actually. But I don't think I'm wrong at all here, man. I think I'm too right. I'm all too right on this. And I would not, man, could you imagine if Big E lost the title to Owens? Maybe that was in the contract. Dude, give me a title run. Let me be a fucking heel. Let me start beating people like your main eventers like Finn Balor. Let me get the fucking title. It's too early for Big E to lose it right now, I feel. I haven't really gotten the Big E title reign that I'm waiting for. In a feud with Roman Reigns that is not really a build of any, it's not really even a story, that's not doing it. Half the time he was with his New Day partnership as well, with slinging the pancakes with Xavier and Kofi. Finally, after this month, Kofi and Xavier went to this whole new king shtick and gimmick. But before that, after he won the title, it was just that. And now this past month, it's just this weird feud with Roman. That's not even a feud. It's not even a storyline. So I haven't gotten that yet. So it's not like I'm throwing shade. I don't want to see Owens win the title, but fuck, man. I mean, you don't want to raise somebody up by tearing somebody else down. So that's great for Owens, if that was in the contract that I know he either signed or is going to sign. But what does that say or do for Big E? I don't like that shit when somebody gets all the hoopla and the other one gets dragged down. But Kevin Owens, he re-signed, man. Now maybe there is an I that needs to be dotted or a T that needs to be crossed. So maybe that's why we can't report on that yet. Right? That's why all the reputable sources and the dirt sheets aren't coming out with it yet. Maybe it hasn't actually been signed, right? That they just want the lawyers to go over a few more things. Maybe. But don't be shocked if you start hearing this within the next week. Just look at the booking, man. This is different than Ambrose and just doing the Shield reunion because they wanted Roman to get a lot more rub, and Vince didn't give a fuck about Dean Ambrose anyway. He was expendable to Vince, unfortunately, sadly. And this is different than Matt Hardy, who was supposed to be made to look like a joke. Instead, he actually got some momentum. But most of the time, if you take away some of those names like that, most of the time, you just look like a bum on your way out. Vince wants to ruin you. And until once you're fucking gone, nobody cares. And then you have a 90-day or 60-day or 30 days. So then you're totally out of the spotlight. And you're not WWE's responsibility. So by the time you get to another company, people are like, oh shit, look who it is. Going to make a sandwich now. I stand firm in my belief. It has not been reported, reputable sources or anything like that. So don't go, oh, the Owens resigned. That is my belief. And I do believe that you're going to hear that officially within the next 7 days. It all depends on when it is broken out there, man. But he just beat Finn Balor in the middle of Raw. Fucking 13 minutes. Stunner. Not by the skin of his teeth with a fruit roll-up. Not with some schmozzery. Fucking stunner, bro. Turn heel. Get momentum. Here, beat Finn Balor. Get a championship match with my champion. Beat the shit out of my champion. All right, now go to AEW. I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. It leaves you thinking. There's no more. We're out of the buttering up process. We are now with Owens signing with Vince McMahon's WWE. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Did you want to see him in AEW even though it's over congested? What the fuck would they possibly do with him? Or re-signing with WWE is fine, but he better start being booked like he has been the last 2 weeks. Kind of like a Zelina Vega thing. Like, if you're booking them this way, then we're okay with it. I guess it's in the eye of the beholder. AJ Styles and Omos defeated Rude and Ziggler next. Time for my weekly I feel so bad for AJ Styles message. You guys ready for it? Here it goes. I feel so bad for AJ Styles. That's the message I say every week because he's got to hold the hand of Omos every single show, every week, every month for the entire calendar year. He is one of the best wrestlers in the world, and this has been his booking. The main event was Bobby Lashley versus Rey Mysterio. Lashley defeats Ray Ray. Post-match, Adam Pearce removes Mysterio from the Survivor Series match, just like he did the Dominic the week previous. Austin Theory hits the ring, takes out the Mysterios, does some selfies. Pearce comes back and says, Austin Theory, I like your style. You will replace Rey Mysterio in that match at Survivor Series, man. And Theory's big push continues. So it looks like Austin Theory is getting a push, man. You remember his first run on the main roster? I fucking laughed at it. I would have pissed on that shit. If I was out on the outs, man, if I was going through fucking Manhattan or I'm in Brooklyn, wherever, and I really got to go to the bathroom and nobody will allow me in their place, nobody allows me in their establishment, right? And I really got to piss, I'm not going to find a fucking brick wall to piss on or a tree. I'm going to find Austin Theory's booking, his first run on the main roster, because it was shit. I pee right on that. But this time around, Austin Theory's being booked pretty damn solid. I don't even mind the whole, the fucking selfie gimmick he's got going on, man. It's Tyler Breeze, but next level. What's more of a dastardly heel, Tyler Breeze with that fucking cell phone. So I don't mind that. But, man, as I said a couple of times, just last week, Pearce said he wanted all champions on his Team Raw. Come on, bro. And now this week you're just throwing in Austin Theory. It's not that they just botched and forgot about it. They didn't care to even check to see what Adam Pearce said last week. They didn't give a fuck. They just hoped that we forgot about it, and that's that. Well, I didn't forget about it, and a lot of AMP unit members brought it up too, so they didn't forget about it either. You know, BC should not have to be the one to talk about these gaps, these logic gaps, these common sense holes that need to be filled. It shouldn't be me. The company should give a fuck about what they're putting out there to all these people. And they don't care. So then you have somebody like me that puts on a show, hundreds live, thousands within the next 48 hours will catch this very stream. Thousands of people will catch this very stream. And I have to talk about this for 2 fucking hours. Because they don't want to pay attention to their own fucking product. That's the fucking truth. I have to do it. Muscles McGee, Delts Dugenheimer, I gotta do it. B motherfucking C. Amplified. I gotta fucking do that. Come on, bro. I shouldn't have to. That was your Raw show, man. That's the entire 3 hours of Raw. Thank you guys for tuning into this very stream. If it was too amplified for you, if I was too negative, if I was too mean, if I was too much of a bad guy and a boogeyman, I'm not going to apologize. All I'll say is there's plenty of other YouTubers out there, podcasters, that'll be much more your style. Go over there and listen to them. And maybe they'll give you the cookie cutter bullshit that you like. I'm not throwing shade. It's just if you thought I was too intense, then I'm not for you. I'm an intense dude. What can I say? So, but before I take off, man, I do want to send a little shout out to my 3rd hour supers. And I got to see where I left off. Jacqueline Robinson, 10 spot. Jacqueline. Oh, this is correcting the other one, right? I meant the booking of Matt, Bray, Keith, and Cross was losing and made to look like a clown before they went, where Owens is booking, now he's better by winning in story with Big E. So agree, Owens, I agree with Owens signing. Sorry for the words. Oh, no, Jacqueline, now I got you. 100% correct, Jacqueline. Good, exactly. Bray Wyatt's, I mean, you could see the writing on the wall with Bray Wyatt. Never did I think he would just be released like that. But I could tell something was wrong from the way he was being booked. And then Keith Lee, Karrion Kross, just the names that you mentioned alone. You could add in the Mickie James and the Embers and all that. But you see the booking. You could tell that they're just on the outs. Something's not clicking. And then you look at Owens' booking and Jacqueline Robinson. It's night and day. No question. Thank you, Jacqueline. Much love and appreciation back over to you. Carlos Reyes up in this bitch. Hold on, where'd Carlos go? I lost my big screen. Carlos gets the big screen, damn it. Carlos with a 50. Carlos, a fitty. There's a few of us that like to wait for you to come on and then show our love and respect, but respect you just as much. Salud. I appreciate it, Carlos. Yeah, no, I think it's cool how I don't even say a word though. Like Clutch City fan Carlos, he couldn't watch the stream. So he literally, even though he knew he wasn't going to get a live shout out, he sent the coffee anyway, even though he couldn't catch the stream. So that's what I mean. That's just fucking awesome to BC. But yeah, if you want to wait, you can wait too. Either way, I'm going to get him. But Carlos, that 50 spot, man, you guys know what to do. When we get a 50 banger, bro, and I think you guys already did it for Carlos, but now I actually want to see the respect over to Carlos. Can you give the fire emoji, some coffee, some fucking bulging bicep? Get the lightning bolts. Get those emojis up for Carlos, man. Nah, Carlos. This is your time, man. You're always thanking the unit. You're always thanking BC. This is your time. That's right. DeMonte's bringing all the fire over to Carlos, man. Chilling with Charlie Grin. Eddie, Mean Dean Extreme, Wrestling Reeves, Robert Coleman, Mikhail. JR9 up in this bitch. Pimp Jesus. Sir Charles. Trev Reigns, Enforcer 2K9. Everybody showing that love. The War Dog. What up, brother? Derek Fleming Jr., Connie Carroll. That's all for you, Carlos. So thank you. Let me go back to Carlos's message saying, we wait till you come on and show our love and respect. Well, guess what? I'm on. And now's the time to show you that love and respect, Carlos. I think I do every stream anyway, though. As I would have done in our end credits anyway. But but that 50 banger, man, you get all this fucking love. Dude, I appreciate it. You don't got to do that, Carl. You know that, man. It's not needed. Always, you know the words, man. Always appreciated, not needed. But hopefully you felt that love, man. Hopefully you always feel that, though. Carlos, you know that, man. JR9, all my peeps, man. I haven't seen SoundCloud in a minute either, but a Unique Butterfly. And there's been several, man, Jazz, that I know they don't get to see every live. So I know that sucks, man. I come on during weird times. Carlos says, we get it, but love the BC reaction. You know, man. I got to show that respect. Hey, man, a 50 banger, man, that's a lot of fucking Starbucks. So I want to make sure that you know that's fucking appreciated, bro. I mean, the unit, that's what I mean, though, Carlos, man. You got somebody like Clutch City who, they can't even watch the stream. They just popped in, saw that I was going live, and they just fucking bought BC a coffee, knowing that they can't get a live shout out. I mean, when it's not even about recognition, that's when I know my people are the best. So what the fuck? I mean, that's fucking pretty badass, man. So yeah. I may be one of the only people to actually spend this much time thanking my people, but I want everyone to know that it's not just like it's not just words. Like, I'm very thankful that we built this over years. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. Enough with the fucking tissue moments, all right, Carlos, with that 50 banger, dude. Thank you. Jim S225 tried to watch a bit of Raw. Too slick. What do you mean you tried to watch the Raw, man? Go with your gut. Dude, you can watch Dancing with the fucking Stars, bro. Go watch fucking MTV music videos from the 80s. You're going to be much more entertained, Jim S. Jim S, I appreciate it. The fourth one, 2 spots. Someone said that Outcast was overrated. Outcast is damn good. I never got that big into Outcast, but to say he's overrated is a little bit fucking, I don't know, wrong. The dude's got immaculate talent. So I don't know where that would come from, fourth one, or where you heard that, but PC would never be on board with that. I'm not a big fan, but I could never be on board with such a lie. Fourth one, appreciate it. Trev Reigns, 5-spot coffee. Harry Osborn, Spider-Man saga storyline from the Sam Raimi. From the end of Spider-Man to Spider-Man 3 had an impact to me, and it was better than Raw. I don't know anything about Spider-Man, to be honest with you, Trev. But it sounds like that would be better than Raw because making bread would be better than Raw, right? I'm taking a shit would be better than Raw. I'm sorry to be that graphic, especially for the females out there, but I'm sure you'd have a much more entertaining time. Although I don't know how entertaining Take It as Shit is, but that's not the point. Trev Reigns, Spider-Man, any saga would probably be way better than this 3 hours. But more importantly, Trev Reigns, I'm just happy you're up in this bitch, man. Thank you for the coffee. And Trev Reigns with another coffee, too, 5-spot. Check you later, BC. Just watched an amplified live stream. Bye for now. Trev Reigns. Appreciate it, man. We'll check you, dude. Trev Reigns with a 5-spot and a 5-spot. Mr. Black Ice 22's up in this bitch. What up, Mr. Black Ice 22? I enjoyed my capris while watching Raw. LOL, JK. Mr. Black Ice 22, man. Don't let Braun find that out. That whole case was Braun's. You know that, Mr. Black Ice 22. That whole fucking case was Braun's, and you took them and you watched Raw drinking those sumbitches? That's on you, Mr. Black Ice. I didn't tell you that you could take them for Braun, so don't tell him that shit. With your coffees, you got your capris on ice. Hey, Mr. Black Ice 22, honestly, man, good to have you up in here. Good to see you right at the tail end of the stream. And I got Carlos. We get it, but love the BC reaction. I love it. Hold on, let me see if there was anybody else here. Hold on. That might have been it. I think I capped it with Carlos, which is the way to go, especially with that $50 banger before. So, guys, that's it. Kept you here for nearly 2 hours. I kind of knew that was going to happen. I wanted to get you out in about an hour. I knew it was going to be a half an hour. 2 hours, we should have known. Ashley Steggles right at the tail end with that 179. Sleep is better than Raw. Oh, 100%, Ashley. Ashley Steggles, you go to La La Land if you're BC. I got Sasha Banks butt-ass naked to my left. I got fucking Bianca Belair butt-ass naked to my right. And I got fucking Natty's booyaka booyaka bosoms right in my fucking face. So, of course, for BC, it's way better than 3 hours. Uh-oh, the tube just kicked me off, man, and I just reconnected. Hopefully, I'm still with you guys to say check you later, man. I think the tube doesn't like my connection right now. So I'm going to take off. Thank you guys for being up in this bitch, man. Absolute fire, man. You guys are the best. I hope I entertained you a lot more than the show did. If I didn't, I'll try better next time. How's that? To all my supers, you guys are the best. Thank you for the coffees. Everybody that was up in here and took a moment to smash that up, you guys are the absolute best. So I appreciate it. It keeps kicking me off now. Oh, man, it's a good thing we're ending this now, man. I don't think it likes my connection right now. Yeah, my connection is going, guys. All you guys, though, man. Much love to all you, man. We'll do this again. I hope to do another live this week, so this isn't going to be the only one. So stay tuned, man. There's going to be a lot of content coming up. Much love to all you guys, man. Salute. Check you.